Hello, welcome back. This is Kinchen1913, and we are Let's Playing Drakengard. In the last episode, we began the free mission, so now let us finish this mission. Yeah. So, what were we doing? We collected the item, and now we're gonna actually just destroy the targets. Yes, and I'm gonna show you how to use the, how to use your little ally fellow that we have there. Now, like I mentioned in earlier, that we do get 3 allies in this game, and they are pretty damn cool. As you'll see as soon as I finish destroying these guys. And I think that these SOBs will get you their HP back if you don't kill them like in a timely manner with the dragon guy. As you saw, I just flippity flipped there, and look, they're still alive. What the hell? There we go. Now they're destroyed. Look at these guys. Yeah, I hate these arrow bastards. I really do. Eat it. You eat it. Eat the power of the Aesir and the Wand of Wisdom. So yeah, this game is fairly... I'm sure some of you might be thinking, man, this game is fairly repetitive. But it's so much fun. I mean, for the love of crime and it. I mean, you people played Pac-Man, I'm sure. That game is fairly repetitive, and it doesn't have nearly as good of a story as this. What is Pac-Man anyway? He's just eating some balls. That's really it. Running from ghosts, and you constantly do that. Now, I know what you must be thinking. Games of the PS2 were much more sophisticated than Pac-Man. How come we didn't get to, we didn't get to do other things in this game? Well, wait. There's actually variations on these free mode thingies. These free mode areas. So don't you worry your little head. Like the next free mode thing that we do is actually a lot different than when we like this one. And they have, and there are certain requirements. I might have mentioned this in the last episode, but there are certain requirements in getting some of the.
There are main forces here.
Okay, thank you. Anyways, there are certain requirements that you have to have in order to unlock certain weapons, and one of the requirements actually is like you can't use magic. Some of them are actually you have to get to a certain point and kill all the guys. Yeah, I hate these bowmen. They really piss me off. Anyways, one of the requirements is you gotta what the hell is it? Alright, we're going the right way. You gotta kill a bunch of guys within a certain amount of time.
I am already dead.
Anyways,
where this body drops and rots is of no matter now.
Anyways, this is Leonard or whatever. Anyways, as you can see, he's got a health bar down there, and all you have to do is hold down triangle and he'll do this really awesome magic attack. It's basically his pack spell or whatever that he has with, that creep-ass fairy. He's got this weapon called the Tower of Rebuke, which is basically like a pole staff or something. It's fairly strong. He's actually a pretty strong fighter. But you only have a certain amount of time, and the best way to use your time wisely is to use the magic, which is really, really good. He can really, wipe out guys. As you can see, you get guys really close, and all this magic will go boom, 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 and hit everybody. Now, let's talk a little bit about Leonard, the character, alright? As we're here destroying. And the kills do go to Kine, by the way. Not to his weapon, but it does count as experience for Kine. So, yeah, any of the weapon kills won't count for his weapon, but it will give Kine experience. Anyways, let's talk about Leonard. Alright, some of you people are probably wondering, that seemed like a pretty cool guy. What's his background about? Well, as I mentioned earlier in the LP, this game was censored in a couple of different areas, and one of them being Leonard. Alright? Now, if you remember, Leonard, or Leonard, I'm going to call him Leonard, alright? Anyways, if you remember, he was at a fire when we first met him, and his brothers were dead. Now, the thing about this is what the original creators of the game wanted to make him was he's like this, I wouldn't call him a priest, but he's some hermit fella. He lives in the woods, and basically what he is a pedophile. Yep, that's right. Leonard is supposed to be a pedophile. And what had happened is he was trying to get with some kids or something like that, and while he was away, his brothers were killed by the Empire. And that's kind of what his thing is. Now he's kind of trying to like he's trying. He's not. How do I explain this? He's trying to like get rid of these disgusting tendencies. But it's kind of interesting how this was one of the first games that I've ever seen, like older, like a PS2 game, where something was censored. The essence of that. Now that I can totally understand why they censored it, they actually just made it seem like he was, since he wasn't around, he was very regrettable, which he is. He's a very regrettable pedophile. But he's kind of an interesting person, I think, because
Imperial guards have been deployed.
All right, there we go. We beat all the guys here. Now we have to head to the center of the castle. So, like, with talks with the creators of the game, they want him to be a pedophile. And that's why he wasn't there. Now, obviously, in the US version, they censored it, and they just made him not there when his brothers died, but they didn't mention anything else later. And actually, a lot of the characters in this game are very sick in the head, as we'll find out. The thing about it is one of the reasons why I find this game very fascinating is because they do something like that. They like I don't know, they throw in a person of ill character such as Leonard, even though he seems fairly likable, but then when you find out about him, it's almost like he's a sex offender. Well, he would be if he lived in this society, totally. But yeah, I just find it kind of interesting that they use weird and interesting characters. Like, you never see that in a video game before. That's why it's kind of interesting. And wait until we meet the next ally. Boy, is she crazy. She's just as crazy as Leonard. And although, like I said, Leonard is kind of trying to reform himself in a way, I guess. As we go through the story, there'll be more interactions with him and other characters and stuff, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, they heavily censored that whole pedophile thing out. Probably they wouldn't have sold the game very well. I don't think a lot of people would have bought in a game if they knew said pedophile was in it. I don't know what else to mention, but yeah, like...
I am already dead. Where this body drops and rots is of no matter.
Yeah, so Kime is kind of very bloodthirsty, that makes him, and it'll just get interesting. So like I mentioned before, I kind of find it interesting that they would use these kind of characters as like sort of quote unquote anti-heroes or heroes. You know what I mean? And I know what you might be thinking now. Then if he's if he's this type of character, why use him? And can you beat that magic? I'm not gonna lie, it's great magic. So there we go. We beat this area. We level up Kime a little bit. Oh, almost level 10. The dragon did not gain any extra attack power. That's fine. But yeah, so it's kind of neat. It's kind of interesting, kind of weird. I don't know what... Anyways, we get this weapon here called Hunter's Joy, which is a short sword. And we level up Skull's Song. As you can see, do you notice, like, the blade is a lot longer? Yeah, the weapon does get a lot more range. So let's equip this for... Kime Sword, yes? So yeah, there's like this whole story that they didn't end up putting in about Leonard. Like, the next character is, like I mentioned, I don't want to give anything away, but she is equally as psycho. Anyways, let's look at Kime's let's look at Kaim's story here. I'm not gonna read it to you, but here it is. Here's the story behind his sword. Now, like I mentioned, there's stories behind every weapon. Some of them are interesting. Some of them are crazy. Some of them end alright, but most of the time they do end kind of psycho. And I wonder if anyone knows, like, if they read the story of the sword or the whatever weapon, and they go like, "Oh, that's a tale from something." Please leave it in the video description or leave it in the comment section, because I'd love to know if they actually like just came up with these tales. And now we're gonna do the final free mission of Chapter 1. And this one's the Castle Keep. Basically, this is kind of interesting because we only have a certain amount of time to destroy all of the targets in this castle. And also, if you destroy, so yeah, we only have a certain amount of time.
They tighten their grip on the castle. Scatter them all.
Will do, sir. All right, so we only have 30 minutes to destroy all the targets. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, if any of the weapons that you see and you read their story, okay, and they actually have like that was a story, like, hey, that's an old Greek legend or that's an old whatever. Please leave it in the comment section below. Reason being, I would love to just know, like, if they came up with these stories by themselves. Amazing, good job. But if like they got them from history, or not history, but like just, I guess, legends or folklore, past like tales told of by various things, it's amazing. But yeah, this game definitely has an interesting feel to it. Anyways, I'm using the Hunter's Joy right now, and now I'm gonna change it to Scald Song because I need to level this up. And like I mentioned, I think like episode ago, I'm gonna level up all these swords and weapons off screen. I'm gonna try to get Kaim up a couple levels too. See, the thing about this game is, I guess you really don't need Kaim to level up too much, like the dragon, definitely, because that's how you get more attack power with her. But with Kaim, really, whenever you level him up, the only thing that levels up is the and look, here's what we gotta do here. Anyways, the only thing that levels up with him is actually just HP, like how much you can get hit, which kind of stinks because I wish he had like his own little attack thing, like, you know, you add the weapon's power plus whatever Kaim's power is, and that would be it. And then like your allies have a set amount of power or whatever. That would be pretty sweet. So yeah, with this sword, I am really ripping through these guys like hot butter, or no, a hot knife through butter, or maybe a hot knife through cheese, or a hot knife through something. How about a real sharp edge cutting, let's say, human flesh? Yep, so it's just going to be Mr. Kaimi going through here, really tearing it up. Anyways, as you can see, the higher the chain, the more experience you'll get. It's kind of cool. I don't remember what the max chain I had on my game. I forget what it was when I finished. But there will be guys later on that you can just like keep wailing away on. That's awesome. Alright. Take it. Take it all. Alright, here we go. Yeah, so this is only 3 floors. It shouldn't be too long. And it shouldn't take too long. As you can see, it's only been about 4 minutes. So we gotta go that way there. But yeah, so this game is very fun. This is like one of them games like that, like Dynasty Warriors, where you would just put it in and just have a blast, like destroying a bunch of guys all over the place. Now, actually, let me know I remember seeing someone playing a One Piece game where it was like they like added One Piece plus Dynasty Warriors, which I thought was really cool. Like they had Luffy and he was fighting he was fighting that guy Warple, I think his name is, and then there was just a bunch of guys all around him and he was beating them all up. I wonder if I've always wondered if that game was any good. Like with video games, I know this is kind of getting off the topic, but there isn't much to talk about when I'm just going around, you know, slashing. What am I supposed to say? Ooh, look at all the weapons and armor here. Too bad we can't take any of it. You know what I mean? So anyways, what was I saying? What the hell was I saying? Oh yeah. The way that I buy video games, in case anyone gives a crap, is usually if I hear about a game, take example, The Last of Us. I kept hearing all these things about this game, and then I was like, and then I see like these ads on YouTube, like the Citizen Kane of games and this, that, and the other. Then I'm like, all right, you piqued my interest. Because I've seen Citizen Kane. I think I talked about this already. But I've seen Citizen Kane, and it is not... I mean, the movie's good, don't get me wrong. I had to watch it when I was in college for film class just to show. But, just to, you know... Whatever, I forget what the... You know, we had to watch it as an example of a really good film. You know, technically, it is a perfect movie. But the thing about it is... If you're a young person, which I am assuming a lot of people who watch video game videos on internet, probably young, probably I'd say under 25, you would probably find the movie rather dull because it's a lot of talking. There's really not a lot of, you know, action and whatnot. It's in black and white, which I know a lot of people, well actually I don't know if a lot of people, but I know that turns off a lot of youngsters. They won't watch a movie if it's in black and white. Now this is just me getting a little, like, mad at youngsters. But anyways, I'm not really mad at youngsters, but it's a black and white movie, Citizen Kane. It's an alright movie. I don't know if it'll be the perfect movie. I mean, everyone has their own opinion of what the perfect movie is. And, you know, it really all depends. So, anyway, so, you know, I see this thing, and I'm like, I'm gonna pick it up. Now, since I've beaten that game, and I've gone through it twice, I'm trying to decide what to play next, and it's probably not gonna be, like, anything like I got Nier. I picked that up because I heard that it's like a pseudo-sequel to this game, and I really wanted to check it out, because I like this series, and, so I picked it up. I've been playing that. It's pretty good. Excuse me, it's pretty good so far. I haven't really picked it up in a while. I'm gonna get back to it pretty soon. But, yeah. So then I'm gonna play that, and then my friend Bolzone, he's got this game called Folklore for the PS3, and I was just watching him play it in LP. And I'm like, man, this game looks awesome. And then eventually I picked it up, so I plan on playing that. And then after that, I'm going to probably, this should hopefully take me into maybe October, where I will pick up this game called the Beyond Two Souls, which I don't know if you guys heard about it yet, but it's kind of a game for the PS3, and it has Ellen Page in it. I mean, these are selling points. I just heard the story, and I know the people from Heavy Rain are making it, so I'm like, I'm all over this. I'm all over this. Because I love Heavy Rain. And the thing about Heavy Rain is, what is it? The funny thing about Heavy Rain is that I actually purchased that game because I saw someone LP it, right? And I was like, oh my god, this game looks really cool and really interesting, and I would love to play it. So what I did was I picked up Heavy Rain, and I friggin' loved it. So, you know, I find that to be an example of Let's Playing, like, you know, actually helping video game sales, you know what I mean? like, it really helps because I think, like, sometimes people are kind of on the fence about buying a game, or maybe they never heard of it. Like, I never heard of Heavy Rain before this game, before I saw the LP of it, and of someone LPing it. And I'm like, oh my god, this looks like an awesome game. And, like, just the way, you know, there's all these timed events, and it just looked really, really fun. So I was like, I gotta try out this game. Now, that being, it was already like 3 or 4 years old by the time I picked it up, but I personally think that I don't know, I think the LPing helps market video games. Obviously, it's free advertising for any video game publishers or video game makers who wants to get their game out there. You know, I think it's pretty cool. But so, yeah, the way that I get, you know, ideas in the buying games is usually I'll see like something, or people will mention things to me about, yeah man, you should try this game's really good, this, that, and the other, and then I'll usually pick it up. And then sometimes I will go in the store, or I'll look online, and I'll actually like take a chance on a game. And sometimes like one game that I took a chance on, you know, because I played way back in the day. I played Okami, and Studio, I think it was Clover Studios. They made a couple of other games. They made Beautiful Joe, which was a really good game. They made Beautiful Joe 2, which was pretty good as well. But they made a game called God Hand. And I have to admit, I'm not a fan of, well, I won't say that I'm not a fan of 3D brawlers. But this game was a brawler type game, and I didn't really care for the way the controls, basically. And I did not like that game at all. But I did pick it up because I took a chance, because I was like, you know what, Clover Studios is an amazing, they made Okami, they made Beautiful Joe. I had a lot of fun playing both those games. I'm gonna take a chance to pick up this game. Sadly, the only way that I ended up beating that game, because the controls I found were so odd. Now, I could be wrong. I mean, maybe I just didn't get used to them. I only played through like 3 or 4 levels, and I was just not getting down the controls. It was a real pain in the ass. So I just cheated and beat the game. Yeah, those are the kind of games I take a chance on. And like, when I hear about games that are really good, because I heard, this is just kind of going through like my own video game history here. I heard Okami, I used to watch G4 or Tech TV, whatever the hell it was called, before they merged together and then they became crap. I used to watch these shows where they would review games and they would talk about games, like where they would, like, I don't know, where they would talk, like, one of them was about Okami. I think it was called, it was something with Tommy Tallarico and that Vic something or other. Anyways, I was watching and they were talking about how they were looking forward to seeing this game Okami because it just looked beautiful and everything, and they were like, it just looks like visually a masterpiece game. So I'm like, you know what? I gotta pick up that game because it looks awesome, right? Also, we picked up a weapon a little bit back there. I'm sorry I kind of missed that. But anyways, I was like, I gotta pick up this game because it looks awesome. So, I saw that Okami was going to be like this really beautiful game, and they were showing like clips of it, and I was like, I gotta pick up that. But there was another game I'm trying to think of. I was playing some game, like Killer 7. Everyone was talking about how good that game was. And I enjoyed the story part of that game. I did not enjoy, I did not really care for the controls of that game. Man, and it was like a weird... It was a weird shooter game, but you were on a rail, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, you could only go one way. You couldn't, like, really explore. It was just kind of like, boom, you're going one way, and that's it. And, that was a weird game, but it was pretty fun. What did those guys end up making? I think they ended up making, No More Heroes, but they made a game after that that was really good. I forget. Suda 51, right? If anyone remembers what the name of that game was that they made that really made them like really popular, let me know, because I know it was Killer 7, and then it was some other game. The Killer 7 wasn't bad story-wise. I could never friggin' play it because I wasn't any good. I actually had to have my buddy Joe come over one day and help me beat one part because I just couldn't get it. He's good at shooters. He came over, took like 2 pop shots, and he got it. Anyways, we got this new spear called Robber King, which is a pretty good spear. Wait until I level this bad boy up. This is going to be good. It's made out of brass right now, but maybe not when we're done. I don't know if that matters, like the material that it's made out of. But I think I'm going to end the episode, and in the next episode, we are going to do the level 2 for the chapter 2 free missions, which is in the sky and a couple other things. So I'll see you later. Bye-bye.